back to Scott's Weekly Sports. Joan, I'm back with my dad today. He's back after a 1 week absence. College football's back this weekend. Finally, we finally get some football back in our lives this weekend.
Here we
go. First game, time to do our Week 1 college football predictions. We'll start with Jacksonville State and UCF. UCF surprisingly favored by 19 points coming into this game. I will take UCF to win the game, but I don't think we're going to cover. I think that's a little bit too much to ask right now. I'll take UCF to win this game by about 2 touchdowns.
I agree. I think it's about name recognition, and Jacksonville State lost Rich Rod. But I agree. I think UCF will win, but it probably will be 14 to 17 point game.
Yep. I would not be shocked to see us cover either.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be too surprised by it. Next up, Toledo and Kentucky. Kentucky favored by 7.5. That's a little low. I'll take Kentucky to get the win here and win by about 10 to 14.
I agree with Scott. I think the Wildcats have a tough schedule in the SEC. They've got to win these kinds of games, and they will beat Toledo from the MAC.
Now into the top 25 games for the weekend. First game out Thursday night. First kickoff of the season, 5:30 p.m. on ESPN. It'll be the Mountain West Conference champions from last season and the team that made the college football playoff out of the Group of 5 last year, Boise State. As they head into Ray J to take on the South Florida Bulls. Probably one of the best Group of 5 games you'll see all season right here. If there's anybody that cares about me in life, please just don't let USF win this game. Boise State wins this game. I don't care by how much. Just don't let them win. Boise State with the win, please.
I think South Florida has an awfully good chance of winning this game.
Please.
With that said, I think Boise State will go in there and get a very close victory, field goal kind of game.
Yep. Next up, Western Illinois and Illinois. Illinois favored by 45.5. Probably one of the bigger numbers you'll see this year. This weekend, I'll take Illinois. This game's going to be on Peacock Friday night. So you need to subscribe to Peacock to watch a blowout game this weekend. I'll take Illinois at home.
Name one college football team who's got the word Western as their first name and they're a good team. Doesn't exist. Illinois wins big.
Next up, Syracuse and Tennessee. This game will be played in Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I think Josh Heupel, Scott Duvall is playing very well. Even though they did lose Nico in the offseason, I think they'll find another quarterback. I'll take Tennessee over Syracuse.
Yeah, I think Syracuse is going to take a step back this year, losing a very good quarterback to the draft. I like Tennessee in this one.
Next up, Old Dominion and Indiana. Old Dominion has pulled off some upsets in years past, but they've all been against Virginia Tech, and this is not Virginia Tech. So I'll take Curtis Rourke and Indiana to get the win here at home.
I'm going to agree with Scott. I think Indiana is the superior program, particularly coming off a very good season last season. I like Indiana in this one.
Next up, Nevada and Penn State. This game will be on CBS at 3:30 on Saturday. My national champion this year is Penn State, so I got to go with it. I'll take Penn State at home over Nevada.
I agree. Penn State will be one of the 3 or 4 best teams in college football this year. I like Penn State.
Next up, Marshall and Georgia. Riley Carey seems to be very high on Georgia. He seems to just think every year the same teams are going to be good every single season. I think Georgia will be good this year, but I just don't think they're going to be as good as what we've seen in the last couple of years. But I will take Georgia at home to get it done against Marshall.
Is Randy Moss still on Marshall?
No.
All right. I'm going to take Georgia. I think Georgia gets the win pretty big.
Next up, Alabama and Florida State in Tallahassee. 83 degrees expected on Saturday at 3:30. I will take Alabama to get the win at home on the road. I think this is a upset Alabama team after what Thomas Castellanos has been talking all offseason about how Alabama's not Alabama anymore without Saban, and how they're not as good with Kalen DeBoer as they are with Saban. Excuse me, sir. This is your 3rd team in 4 years. I mean, yeah, Alabama kills Florida State this weekend.
It's nice you call him sir. It's a
Yeah.
sign of respect. I agree. I think Alabama is going to go in there. This Florida State team is just kind of put together with a bunch of different transfers. I think Alabama is going to beat them and beat them big.
Yeah. How many former UCF players does Florida State need? I mean, they have like 2 or 3. I mean, come on. Next up, South Dakota and Iowa State. Iowa State favored by 14.5. I kind of get it. I think Iowa State might be a little bit jet lagged after that flight to Ireland last week and that massive win last week against Kansas State. But I think Iowa State will find a way to get a win at home over South Dakota.
I actually think South Dakota will cover in this game.
Yeah.
Iowa State will win,
Yeah.
but it would not surprise me to see Iowa State win by 10.
Iowa State's offense didn't look great last week. But it was raining in Ireland, so we'll see. Next up, Montana State and Oregon. I'm going to go with Oregon. I think Oregon's going to maybe take a step back without Dylan Gabriel this year. But I'll take Oregon at home over Montana State.
Yeah, I mean, Oregon's a very consistent program at this point. Laney's doing a great job. They're going to roll against Montana State.
Next up, Illinois State and Oklahoma. Probably one of the most... Oklahoma's probably going to take the biggest jump forward than a lot of teams had last season. The most improved team in the SEC this year, in my opinion, will be Oklahoma this year. They have a quarterback this year who transferred in. I will take Oklahoma at home over Illinois State.
I don't know what it is about Washington State, but they seem to get guys, develop them, and then get plucked by bigger schools.
Yep.
That happened again this year with Oklahoma. I agree with Scott. Oklahoma gets a win.
Next up, Long Island heading into the swamp to take on the Florida Gators. 77 degrees on Saturday night at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock kick on ESPN Plus. Don't know why this game's not on the normal SEC network, but it's okay. Florida gets the win over Long Island.
I honestly, if I had to guess, I never would have guessed that Long Island even had a football team.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know they had a school.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that they don't even have a line on this game tells you how bad this game will probably be. Florida's going to win big.
Yeah, hopefully my college football video game doesn't predict the future and DJ Lagway gets hurt in this game. That's what happened in my video game, so we'll see what happens in real life. Next up, North Dakota going into Kansas State, into Manhattan at Bill Snyder Family Field. Give me Kansas State. Kansas State's going to be upset with how bad they looked last week. I'll take Kansas State at home over North Dakota.
I agree. I kind of like South Dakota against Iowa State. I think North Dakota will give Kansas State a better game than the line. What's the spread?
25.5.
Yeah, I think North Dakota will definitely make it closer than that. But I do like Kansas State to win.
Yeah, there's always good football in Dakota, which is surprising. Next up, UTSA going on the road to Kyle Field to take on Texas A&M. UTSA's been decent coming out of their conference, but I don't think they were good enough here. I'll take A&M at home over UTSA.
Yeah, I agree with Scott. I think Texas A&M will win and win pretty big.
Next up, Georgia and Clemson. No, LSU and Clemson from Memorial Stadium in Columbia. This should be from Clemson, South Carolina. I will take. I'm going to take Clemson. I think Kate Klubnik's probably my pick to win the Heisman this year. So I'm going to go with Kate Klubnik and Clemson to get the win over LSU.
A lot of people are picking Clemson pretty high, and I think they will have a good program. But I look back at last year, they were really pretty lucky to get into the playoff. And I think LSU is a more talented team.
Yeah.
I think LSU is going to go in there and get a close victory.
Yeah, this should be a very fun game. I'll be watching this game Saturday night. Two of the best quarterbacks in the country. That should be a really fun game. Next up, New Mexico and Michigan from Ann Arbor. 67 degrees Saturday night in the big house on NBC. I will take Michigan to get the win over New Mexico.
Agreed. I think Michigan will win handily.
Next up, Arkansas Pine Bluff and Texas Tech. Big game from Lee Hunter. He'll probably get like 3 sacks and a couple of touchdowns just to piss off a lot of UCF fans. I'll take Texas Tech to get the win at home.
Another rule of thumb is if you have Pine Bluff at the end of your name, you're probably not very good. I like Texas Tech in this one.
Another game on ESPN Plus. Next up, Georgia State and Ole Miss. Here's your Saturday night SEC game. Ole Miss gets the win over Georgia State.
Agreed. Georgia State's had pretty good teams in the past, but they're not at Ole Miss caliber. Ole Miss gets the win.
Yeah. If I were them, I would put Florida on instead of this game, personally, but, sorry. Next up on the ACC network, it will be East Texas A&M, who I didn't even know had a team until a couple of weeks ago when I saw them on somebody else's schedule. As they take on SMU. I will take SMU at home over East Texas A&M.
I didn't either. I thought there was one Texas A&M. I don't know if there was one West Texas A&M.
Yep.
I'm kind of doubting my knowledge of schools at this point,
Right.
but I also like SMU in this one.
Next up, Northern Arizona and Arizona State. The temperature 104 on Saturday in Tempe.
That's brutal.
Sam Levitt's going to be probably one of the best quarterbacks in the Big 12. I will take Arizona State at home over Northern Arizona.
Did Scatterboo graduate?
Yes,
Doesn't matter.
but they'll still
Yeah,
be in contention to win the Big
Yeah,
12.
doesn't matter. Arizona State gets a win.
Next up, Virginia Tech and South Carolina. One of my sleeper teams to make the playoff this year, South Carolina. I'm very high on South Carolina. I think Shane Beamer's got one of the best quarterbacks in the SEC. So I'm going to go with the North Sellers and South Carolina to get the win at home over Virginia Tech.
Yeah, South Carolina was a very good team in the end of last year. They were definitely trending in the right direction. I like the Gamecocks as well.
Next up, Notre Dame and Miami. Saturday night, under the lights in Miami. I'm going to go with the Irish. I think I'm going to go with Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame's coming off a very good season last year. They still have one of the best running backs in the country in Jeremiah Love. So I will take Notre Dame and the Irish to get the win on the road over Miami.
I think at a neutral site, Notre Dame's the better team, but I think being at Miami, I'm going to take the Hurricanes to get a very close victory.
And now the surprise pick of the weekend. I'm going to start doing this every week. There's going to be a surprise game that I don't tell you about.
Wow.
Next up,
Thanks for surprising me.
Monday night, North Carolina and TCU in Chapel Hill. The debut of Bill Belichick in college football on Monday night. I will take TCU to get the win on the road in Chapel Hill against North Carolina.
I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to pick Belichick in Carolina. Who knows what his teams are going to look like, but I like Carolina in this one.
Next up, the College Game Day game of the week. The final game, the final day for Coach Lee Corso on College Game Day. His final game, as it will be probably one of the most hyped up games of the season, as it will be number 1 Texas going into the Horseshoe to take on number 3 Ohio State on Fox. It's a noon game. I don't know why they're putting this game on at noon.
It's a waste.
Probably one of the best games of the year, and you put it on when I won't be home, my dad won't be home, a lot of people won't be home to watch
They didn't
this.
ask us.
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't ask our permission.
I'll let you go first.
All right. I actually think this is going to be a really, really close game. But I like Arch Manning in Texas to go in and get the upset, slight upset. I think Ohio State's a 1.5 point favorite. I like the Longhorns to get the victory here.
Yeah, I will also take Texas. I think Arch Manning's probably one of the most hyped up quarterbacks in college football. I will take Texas to get a win here over Ohio State. And that will do it for this episode of Scott's Wing Sports. We'll actually have NFL games to pick next week. The NFL's back next weekend. Next Thursday will be the first NFL game, so I'll be back here next Monday. I'll be back on next Thursday, as I will be posting next Thursday my NFL and college football picks. And I'll see you guys right back here next week on Scott's Wing Sports. See you later, guys.
See you guys.